What's up, guys? Here we are again. I'm making a second video. If you watched my last video, we just did a Harry Potter coin, and this is by Samoa. Check that out because that was really cool video because it's awesome kilo coin. A lot of cool stuff coming on the market, like I said. And we actually obtained a reverse proof Libertad. So if you look on eBay and you look online, there is actually a lot of coins coming up for sale. Like I said in my last video, since silver went up, a lot of new cool stuff has been popping up because a lot of people are selling their collections, especially like, the older generation that has been stacking since the 70s. They have been selling everything because they've been waiting for this moment. They've been stacking all their lives and they're waiting for silver to pop off. And I think a lot of them are in old age. And I went to a coin store today and they actually a lot of Engelhard stuff, a lot of the older silver that they sold. A lot of collections coming in, but then again, there's a lot of people buying silver. So the guy at the coin store was saying, it's just crazy right now. A ton of people selling and a ton of people buying. I personally am doing the buying because I do collect. I stack and do collect, but lately I can't resist getting that cool rare stuff that you never see. And I really think silver is going to go a lot higher than what it does now. I mean, today it's at about 40. It closed about 47. So we're right at the top of 46.90 something. So no one really knows what it does. But if you're a stacker, you don't really look at that. You're holding for the long term, and that's what I'm going to do. So really cool stuff. So I got a lot of new coins. So this is a Libertad kilo. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I've never got a Libertad kilo. This is a reverse proof, and I got this for about 1900. And he actually said it is off eBay, and he actually said it came with a box in the COA. This is a 2024, so 2024 is actually a good year for Libertads. I don't know if you know this, but actually, every year there's different mintage amounts. So there's some years that are really are more valuable than others. I don't. So for instance, the 2022 reverse proof is only a mintage of 200. 2024 is 500. Let's see, is that the word for? Yeah, 500. And then just going down, 2021 was 250. 2020 is 250. 2019 is 500. And then in 28 is 1,000. 2017 is 500. Then we go to 1,000 again. 800 in 2016. So previous to that, it was a pretty high mintage. And looking at 2011, 2012, they were 2012 is one of the highest, which is actually that's the regular kilo, 500. It was actually 2011 had 1,000, 2010 had 1,500, 2009 had 1,700. In 2008, 1,700, and 2007, 700, 2006 is 874. That's a kind of a weird number. 1,501 in 2004, 2003 is 1,514, and 2002 was 1,820. So it seems like the early 2000s one had the highest mintage. So silver must have been popping off back then for them to make a mintages like that. Because typically, if the year before you had a hard time selling out, then you don't really mint as many unless this had to do with the availability of silver. Because I know in 2024 there was like a shortage. So 2024 is an interesting year, but they still made 500, and this one's a 2024. So I didn't know that about Libertads, even the regular Libertads. I'm not talking about reverse proofs. Every year has different mintages, and there's actually, if you look at mintages by year Libertads, there's actually people that made lists about this. I can go ahead and post this one, but don't quote me on this. This is not my website. Someone made this, and I'll put it in the comments if you want to look at the mintages for each year. So crazy. So this guy, I bought this kilo, and he said that it didn't come. He actually listed it that it came with a box and the COA. And then when I got it, it didn't include that. And he said he got it from the mint that way, which is kind of weird because I contacted someone there and they never sell kilos without the box and COA. So I went and got it checked out. It is a legit Libertad, and it passes everything. So I don't know what the deal is, but I got it for a pretty decent price at 1900, and he said he'd give me 75 bucks back because there's no box and COA. But if I'm willing to pay 2300, I can get one with a box and COA. Do I really care about that? A little bit. I do like to have everything to be complete, like that Harry Potter coin I just did. That is totally complete. These come with a shipper box, a nice shipper box. It comes with a nice box on the inside of that and the wooden box. And it's just nicer to have everything with it. As a collector, I like to do that. Now, my friend says, oh, you should just keep it because all in the end is silver, silver. But I am a collector and I would like to have it complete. So that same exact day, one of my friends actually got a kilo at a antique store. They kind of deal. They have a little corner with Libertads, and he got the box and COA, and he got a really good price, 1800 out the door. And I think he got a 2019, and I think that was one of the higher mintage years. Actually, it was a 2018 where they made 1,000. So not that that really makes a huge difference, but it's just something to factor in. So this one has a little bit cracked case there. And if you look on the edge, I don't know, it looks like there's some linear scrapes there. Nothing major. I don't know if you could see that on the camera. So I don't know if this opened up or something at some point, because typically that's what happens. So I don't know. I'm kind of, sometimes he had a pretty good feedback rating. I think it was around 150. It seems like he deals in a lot of these. So I think I may return this. Probably just because, I did order a 5 kilo coin today and it was painfully high. I tried my hardest to get a little bit of a discount, but the way things are going, people are just buying stuff up. And I don't even know if I'm going to get that coin because it's really rare and it never comes for sale. And I have a feeling he's going to cancel it. We'll see what happens. I would be very upset if that happens just because the silver's gone up a couple bucks. I don't think that's a reason not to sell the product to someone just because you can squeeze another couple $100 out of somebody. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully I get that because that's going to be one of my rarest coins that I've had, and that was made back in 2019. So really cool getting this reverse proof though. I've never had one of these before. I was never really interested in Libertads, but lately, they're pretty cool. I think last year these really hard to get. Libertads were hot last year. They're still hot. It's just because a lot of the years they have low mintages, so there's not many available. So really cool. Totally matted background. Pretty good relief on this. Pretty high relief on, I don't know what you would call her. Is she the Libertad? I don't know. I don't know much about the history on the design of this. I know they've had multiple designs and multiple crests in Mexico. And looking on the back, they have all the crests that they've had throughout the years. So really cool. I actually like the back. I guess the front's cool, but I like the back. Actually, if you look at the Samoa coin I have, it has a really cool front, but the back's pretty plain. So I really like when they spread the detail on the entire coin, including the back, and this is really cool. I like it. I'm wondering in the future, take the coin minting to the next level. Instead of beveling the edge, why don't you do art on the edge? I haven't seen that yet. I wonder if they would start doing that, because that would be really cool, and that would just make a artsy coin on the front, the back, and on the edge on every part of the coin, so you don't have a boring surface. I was just thinking about that, why no one really does that. So maybe it's pretty difficult. But so anyway, do I want to pay 23 or do I want to keep this and pay 18.25? So, I'm kind of picky. I think I'm just going to return it to him. He'll have no problem selling this. Silver's gone up since I bought this, so he's probably going to make an extra couple $100 from what I paid for this. So, or I could just keep it, and maybe if one of my friends want to buy it off me, they can. But I'm really big into collecting, and I like to have my stuff in a really nice display. So anyway, I think that's going to do it for this video regarding this really cool Libertad. I really like the reverse proof over just the standard one. I don't think they make a proof of the kilo, but you can obtain the reverse proof. Now, next video, like I said, I've obtained a lot of stuff. I got my unicorn coin, and it's right here. And we're going to make a video on that because, oh man, it's just a long story behind obtaining one of these. This was hard to find, and like I said, it never comes for sale. There's never been any sales on eBay throughout the whole history of eBay, and the last two just came up for sale in the last two to 3 weeks. 2 of them sold in the last 2 weeks. So, and I was able to obtain one of those, and we'll share that with you. So please subscribe. I do appreciate the support, and we'll see you next video.